Today I'm going to be making a type of German Christmas cookie called Spitzbuben. I guess because I'm of German ancestry and I want to get in touch with my roots. By the way, I don't know German and I've never been to Germany, and I learned this recipe from the internet. I'm holding the camera on a table right now, which is why I look like I'm really short. I'm Slav squatting right now.
Alright, so you're going to need your all-purpose flour, 1 3/4 cups of it. You're going to need your confectioner's sugar, 2/3 cup, and then you're going to need butter, 2/3 cup. Then you're going to need a pinch of salt, and and then you need an egg. Oh shit, do I have eggs? Oh, there's one left! Oh yeah, and you're going to need jam. So I already made this jam ahead of time. So there's cranberry, there's green apple, and there's apple cinnamon. But I'll make more cranberry jam for demonstration purposes. I really wish I had smaller jars for this because these look really empty and sad. Okay, well a lot of people put pectin in their jam, but I don't because I don't have it. But anyway, all you need to make jam is some fruit, cranberry for me, and granulated sugar. I'm no jam expert or whatever, but when I made it with 4 parts fruit and 1 part sugar. So if you have a cup of fruit, then have a 1/4 cup of sugar. You're also going to need something to serve as a cookie cutter. So usually Spitzbuben, they're shaped like a circle, or they're shaped some sort of circular thing. I don't have any proper cookie cutters, so I'm just going to use this teacup. And then I guess most of them will have just a circular hole in the middle, though I'll try to make other shapes, but I don't really have any small cookie cutters, so I'm just going to use this shot glass. With the deer at the bottom. So some good equipment to have is a mixer, because initially you'll want to use a mixer to mix the dough. I've got this cool vintage one from my grandma. And then and then this roll-in pin. You need a roll-in pin to roll out the dough. This is also from my grandma. And you're gonna need measuring. Put your butter in small pieces. The recipe said to put it in small pieces at a time, but I put in the whole thing. And then you put the sugar in and get it all over the counter. So like that. Then grab your flour, get it all over the sink. Yeah. I should probably mix it up a little bit before I put the other ingredients in. I don't know, I've always been really bad at mixing ingredients. Okay, so right now the butter is all over the little spinny whisks, so I don't think that's supposed to happen. Okay, and then you're gonna need just a pinch of salt. It says a little tiny bit. There we go. There. Okay. All right. So then it says to put an egg yolk in it, but I just want to put the whole egg in it because this is really dry looking, and all the other ingredients are already in. Okay, well I only have one hand to do this, because I'm holding a camera, so. By the way, I don't have a fucking tripod. Oh, okay. Okay, well that's fine, that's good. Okay. Is that all the stuff? Yeah. I swear to God I'm usually better at cracking eggs, but this is, okay. Okay, so this is all the ingredients in here, and it's all mixed up, and it's looking pretty dry. I hope I'm able to, knead it into dough. Okay, I did it. So now you're supposed to wrap it in plastic and put it in the fridge for a half hour. Sweet dreams. Oh, almost forgot. So you gotta preheat the oven to 350 degrees at this point after you put the thing in the dough in the refrigerator. Alright, now for the jam. Alrighty, so you gotta put your fruit in. And then you gotta, well, I guess you can heat that up for a while. Then you gotta, well, once that heats up a little bit, you put the sugar in. So if you're gonna be like using a larger fruit, you should cut it up, and you should cut it up very, very finely, or puree it. I've cut up the apple cinnamon one, the apple for that. I cut it up pretty finely. For the green apple one, which I made first, I didn't cut it up very finely, and it ended up very chunky looking. So yeah. I wish I could puree it, but the only thing I have to puree things with is this tiny ass blender. It's such a weak bitch. You can only blend things when there's like liquid in there. So when I was like pureeing this pumpkin that I had, oh my god, it took forever. This thing is so tiny and so weak, and I had to put a bunch of like water in it for it to even like mix or like to even puree, and then I had to like strain it whenever I used it. So yeah, get a real processor. Okay, I hear it crackling. Let's put the sugar in. Alrighty, so then like the sugar's gonna dissolve into liquid, and then you gotta start mixing it up. So you need a spoon. Yeah, I need a spoon. Okay. And yeah. Okay, so my jams are like really chunky, and like I guess for Spitzbuben you should try to make like smoother, more spreadable jams. Yeah, these are really chunky. I hope it works. Like I hope I'm able to spread it onto the cookies. Looking good. I have the fan on because it's kind of smoking a little bit. Probably bad, but whatever. Alrighty, so then I guess once it cools down, you can put it in your little jar for safekeeping from ISIS, I guess. Then you gotta redo your lipstick because you were licking jelly from your lips. And I guess in the meantime, like do dishes and clean up all the flour and sugar and shit that you. Alright, so now you gotta flour your rolling surface like this, like so. Then you gotta flour your the rolling pin like this. It's a lot of flour. Now only roll out half of the dough at a time because it's a large ball and you only have so much floured surface. And there's no way I'm going to be able to roll this out with one hand while recording, so. Okay, it's rolled out. It was very hard, and I don't know, like you gotta use a lot of flour because it gets pretty sticky, and then it sticks to the rolling pin and then it breaks apart. It's a huge pain in the ass. So now, you take your circular thing, whatever you're using, and you cut circles in it. Oh, well now it's stuck in the cup. Okay, this isn't going very well. So then half of all these big circles that you cut, you should put like a hole in the middle of them, like this, with your shot glass, like that, except it should come out. And then you can do all sorts of shapes. Like I don't have any smaller cookie cutters. I think I'll try to make some custom shapes like with a knife. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, this dough needs way more moisture than I put into it. Okay, and then you put them in the oven, and you gotta put them in the oven for 10 minutes. And then when they're done baking, they look like this. Made some heart-shaped ones. They're not very good because I didn't have a cookie cutter. And I made the star-shaped one and this square one. Most of them are going to be circles. Okay, so once they're out of the oven, you should probably let them cool a little bit, and then you can spread jam all over it. So you take one of the cookies that doesn't have a hole in it, and then you take some jam. This would be easier with two hands. Then you spread it. Hold on. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. And then you put one of the ones with a hole in it, and then you put it on top. Yeah, and so there's like a little sandwich cookie, and the little hole in the top is like a window, so you can see the jam for some reason. Okay, so this green apple jam is not very spreadable at all because I didn't cut it finely enough. It'll be fine, I guess. It's gonna be crumbly. The apple cinnamon turned out very well. It's very spreadable. Don't have to worry about it like falling apart. And of course I need at least one Christ baggy one. I made these teeny tiny circular cookies, I guess to make tiny sandwiches that just don't have little jam windows. I just realized these are like little macaroons.
Spitzbuben.